Yes, I received a lot of judgments. Like, people would literally get mad at me and they'd be like, all you do is think of clothes. All you love is clothes and stuff. And then I'd just be like, I don't know, like, like, why are you getting mad at me for my passion, you know? And then, but how I overcome them was like, just like going back to the question earlier, it was re- remembering my little wins and remembering the little things, and what got me to where I'm at today. Is like, well, yeah, like, loving clothes and just thinking of clothes, that's taken me, many, many places that it wouldn't take anybody else in there, that most people wouldn't get to go to or experience. And so that's kind of like how I overcame that, is that, just flipping it and turn it into motivation. Like, all of that, like just taking all of that in, and then I'm like, okay, well, how could I do this and use this in a positive way? How could I make this motivation to me? How could I show them that, hey, you know what, loving clothes, that got me into Vogue. Loving clothes, that's bringing me to New York City. Loving clothes, that's getting me so far. Like that, I just turn that and use it into motivation. And that's what fuels me, is the haters. They fuel me. They give me fuel. They fuel me to make something good, to make something beautiful, to make something great. And that's how I deal with it. And the night and day mask, because I used Louis Vuitton material, there was a lot of backlash too. For as much love as the Louis Vuitton mask got, the night and day mask, for as much love as it got a lot of hate too. And it hurted me just because like that was the beginning of my business. That's how my stardom was. And I would read those comments and I'd be all hurt. And I'm like, oh my God, they said this about me. But then, I overcame that. And how I overcame that was like, I started asking questions just to friends and to folks. Well, what do you know about Louis Vuitton? And then come to find out, a lot of people don't even know about Louis Vuitton. And then I'd tell them Louis Vuitton's story, and, how he didn't even get to see his business and where it was at. Like, he went broke twice, and then he died, and then his son took his business to that next level. So it's crazy to me, like how people pass judgment when they don't even know the history. Like, how can you pass judgment when you don't even know the history behind it? And then too, on my dad's side, my grandpa, he is Métis. So Métis is mixed French and mixed Cree and Chippewa. So I have French blood in me, so why not use Louis Vuitton, the French fashion house? That's part of my ancestry too. I can't be biased and just be all, on this side and not recognize this side. That's why I combine the two. I am, I do have French blood in me. So that's why I felt, like it worked and stuff. And then and it always goes back to loving clothes, or just loving clothes and loving fashion. And so, there was a lot of backlash with the Louis Vuitton mask, the night and day mask. Using Louis Vuitton, like people thought it was disrespectful. And that's why I call myself a contemporary artist, because it's contemporary. It's not traditional. COVID, that was something that just came about. That was not, we didn't know of it or whatever. We didn't know we had to wear face masks. That's something that, we had to do. That became our normal, wearing face masks. So how could you call that art piece, traditional? It wasn't traditional. It was contemporary. And so that's how I overcame it. It was just realizing those things and understanding that, that people were having a hard time during COVID. We all was, the whole world was, and that, they needed to relieve their frustration and their anger out. And so, that was how they relieved it, was, leaving like bad comments and stuff like that. But that's how I overcame it, was understanding that, hey, people have a bad day, and, sometimes they just might, project that on you, but you can't take it personal. You can't let that get you down. Like, if I let that down, then I wouldn't make it, I wouldn't make it as far as I made it today. I need to just like let it go and keep moving. And that's how I overcome that.